Here we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Kenzie Retro here, the voice, the Formula One community. Tonight, it is Ground Effect Racing. It is Season 9. This is Division 4, and it's Round 6. We are at the Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve in Canada this week. And we'll just quickly get up to speed with everything in the chat so far. Indian Goat, Midfield Maestro, and Hayes. Thanks very much for the follow, guys. Who do we have watching tonight? I'm going to see if I can try and find that. There should be something that allows me. I'll work this out. I will get there. There we go. Ben, we've got Benjo Warrior, Hayes, and Midfield Maestro. We've also got Scotty watching as well. So, we got 19 drivers here with us this evening. One slot not being filled at the moment. The drivers are starting to make their way out onto the track. Wilvers with the follow. Thanks very much. Wishing the racers all the very best of luck. So almost a full grid tonight, just one driver short of just the one driver short of that full grid. So this is my first time doing ground effect racing, but I'm definitely no stranger to the world of commentary. A few of these names I've actually seen in action previously elsewhere. So we're going to go with Indian Goat now. He's the lead car as we get ready for the first lap of this qualifying session. It's just a regular racing weekend this evening. Just the short qualifying here. 18 minutes to set the running order. And then you've got 50% race distance. Oh, a little tap with the wall there. Hopefully that doesn't cause too much damage. Heading down the second of the DRS zones. He heads towards turns 8 and 9. We'll see what he can pull out of the bag. Just me and myself in the commentary box this evening, and it looks like I've just seen on screen there, Coda is the last driver to make it into the garage. So we're going to get a full grid tonight, which is great. Final chicane now for Indian Goat. Got to be careful of that wall of champions. And across the line, a 1:10.256 to kick off proceedings for the first lap of the evening. Let's go with Churchy in the Aston Martin. Scotty cheering Benjo on. Benjo try to find whereabouts he is. Whereabouts? Can't quite spot Benjo's name. Ah, yeah, Benjo Warrior. In the Alpine this evening. A couple of the names I'm familiar with here are Midfield Maestro, BRT Kiwi, Hayes, Well, Hayes I've known for like a very long time. Good few years now. And Ben take a bow, 109.984. Now the stream chat, the Discord server was seeing that it was going to be high 109s for the pole position lap this evening. Well, you've already got that wish. Here comes Churchy, 110.152 puts him second. And that was Untied Stone. And Lennon with a 109.8. Fantastic lap there from the Ferrari. Yeah, Wilver's definitely saying it is a tough track. Yeah, there's no denying that, especially with how the track limits can be. And especially heading into the Wall of Champions. You definitely don't want to be messing. You definitely don't want to be making any mistakes in that final chicane. Hayes teammates with Kiwi this evening. Across the line, Gary goes a 110. And look at that! And it's not the first time I've seen that happen the exact same time to the millisecond as midfield maestro, but because midfield set it first, he gets the priority and will start ahead of him as it stands. Michael Luis in the Red Bull now. See what he can pull out of the bag. Just a handful of drivers still to set a lap time at the moment. We'll see what happens as he heads through turns 8 and 9 on the run down towards the hairpin at turn 10. On the run down here back in 2007, a very scary crash for Robert Kubica. Thankfully, he was okay. Minus the fact that sustained an injury that sidelined him for the following race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I really wish F1 would go back to Indianapolis at some point. It was a great circuit to drive around. Michael Luis at 10.4. Just squeezing into the top 10 by just over 0.2. So, Apex starting his lap. Of course, it was Indian Goat that won last time out in China. He won the main race. And it was... and Benjo, there he goes. 109.699. Looks like we're looking at mid 109s for the pole position time this evening. And my voice is still a little bit hoarse from all the cheering I was doing last night for the Lionesses. An Apex less than a tenth off the pole position with 109.7. And that is Martin Luther. That is Martin Luther King. I am not making that up. That is legitimately what his gamer tag is in the Racing Bull. And doesn't look like he's... No, he's not even going for a lap at the moment. Kiwi doesn't look like he's going on a lap either. Can't find anybody that's on a hot lap at the moment. It's the yellow flags are just for slow drivers getting out of the way. And there's Coda in the second Ferrari, Lennon, his teammate. Just over halfway through this first part, this qualifying session. So the standings at the moment, it's Bolt for the Haas team, SA Bolt, top of the scoreboard at the moment with 82 points. A win and a third place so far. Karan for Ferrari, it doesn't look like he's racing this evening, has got a second place, well, 2 second places, 2 fastest laps as well. Currently second. Churchy with 63 points. Apex 57. Koyid! Oh! And, oh! Coda's gone spinning, and he's done a bit of damage to his... he's done a bit of damage to his front wing. Hope he's okay. Martin coming round. Final chicane now. Can he see us to get rid of those sausage curves while we're at it as well? And oh! That's a harsh invalidation. That is a really harsh invalidation. Koyi, 55. Lennon with 53. Indian Goat with 50 points. Midfield Maestro with 40 points. Hayes, 35. Dondej rounding up the top 10 with 34 points. Koyi going for a lap now. Let's see what he can do. Heads towards the chicane of turns 3 and 4, 160 miles an hour, down to 115. And then through turn 5. Next chicane, ooh, small lock up there, about 65 miles an hour on entry into turns 6 and 7. Another small lock up there. What happens when you don't have the ABS? This goes through 8 and 9. 109.699 to beat to get pole position. And it was Bolt, as I mentioned, that got pole position last time out. There's a point for pole position. And, of course, a point for the fastest lap of the race as well. Oh, a little bit squirrely on the exit there. And Benjo goes even faster. Koyi only goes 5th. A 109.944. Benjo, a 109.4. What a lap from the Alpine. The Constructors' Championship has Haas at the top, followed by Ferrari and Red Bull. Not much separating them at the moment. Drivers coming in to try and go for one last shot. as I'm saying, it's voice is a little bit shot with celebrating the Lionesses winning back-to-back European Championships last night against Spain. Another penalty shootout. What a surprise. There we go. Coda. Now deploying the battery. As he goes for one last shot to improve his lap time. A few other drivers out on track as well. Lennon, Coda's teammate. Just this back straight, final chicane, and the pit straight to go for Coda. Here he goes. And across the line. He does improve, but he stays put in P18. His teammate, meanwhile, invalidated his lap, so he's going to go for another shot. McLaren of Hayes round the last corner. What's she going to set? And that puts her P6. A brilliant lap there from the McLaren driver. She's done all she can. And Lennon, unfortunately, invalidating his lap, and that's it. That'll be pretty much game over for him. Churchy, invalidating as well. Jack Whittle going for a lap now. He's up on his first sector time. And Whittle's second sector, oh, he's slightly down on his time. Hopefully he'll be able to pick it back up. Gambit. 109.7 puts him second. And that is P13. He doesn't improve on his time. And there we go. Checkered flag is out. Gambit doesn't improve on his time. Apex is up on his by about half a tenth. It could be Apex that spoils Benjo's party. Apex, oh no! There and there goes Apex! apex into the wall of champions. And Ben improves on his lap even further. And that is it. Ben takes pole here in Canada. I think Ben's in a bit of disbelief. Why is he on pole? And Koyi, oh my word, Koyi's actually got a 5-place grid penalty. But in any case, Ben takes pole for Canada this evening. And Gambit will be alongside him on the front row. Hayes just missing out on the top 10 by less than 700ths. So here we go. It's time to get underway for the formation lap. No, we're not. No formation lap. We're actually underway. I've got to familiarize myself with the rules here. So we're underway here. And Benjo managing to maintain the race lead. And there's already carnage at the back. And Kiwi's involved. Koyi and Jack all involved as well. Massive shock to the system there, but Ben managing to maintain the race lead for now. So we're about to start lap 2 now. Ben maintaining race lead for now. There we go. Big shock there at the start there. It's not been the best of starts for a couple of these drivers, but midfield maestro. And Leonard already with the first penalty of the night for track limits. Churchy with the fastest lap of the race now, but of course those times are going to start tumbling as we get later into the race. Midfield maestro, and there's another penalty for track limits. This is a classic case of a very easy track to pick up penalties for track limits, which is not what you want to be doing around a track like this, especially with how tricky overtaking can be at the best of times. We've got a huge DRS train now, and Churchy managing to get himself ahead of Gary. And you have the DRS, but so will Gary behind him. Onto lap 4 already. That's how short this lap is. And Ernala with a penalty for track limits. Most of the drivers starting on mediums, and some of them starting on hards. And Coda's picked up a penalty. Flappy Dragon's had a moment, and he's lost his front wing completely. Was that through a collision with someone, or was it through something else? And it's a full safety car. Seems a bit extreme to have a full safety car for somebody's front wing off. And Kiwi is in. Did he sustain damage? No, he's just changing his tyres. Coda changing his tyres as well. So it is Flappy Dragon, the only one coming in to get their front wing changed. So we're under safety car conditions for a bizarre reason, because somebody lost their front wing. Ah, hey-ho. Safety car now coming in this lap. This means Ben now takes over as the de facto safety car. Here we go. We are now back underway. Clean restart from a lot of drivers, and looks like somebody managed to pick up another penalty for track limits. How do you do that under the safety car? But Michael Luis, meanwhile, has managed to get himself ahead of a lot of reshuffling in the midfield, and Lennon's had a moment. Lennon's going backwards. What on earth has happened to him? He's going backwards. What on earth is going wrong? Has he developed a problem? On the subject of our race leader, Ben, thanks very much for the follow, Ben. Ko Yi getting himself ahead. Oh, contact! There was contact there with Ernala. I don't know who it was. I don't know who else it was they made contact with. It looks like the car's okay for now. Ko Yi starting to carve their way through the field, starting to try and make some progress. There's a lot more action. What on earth is happening? Coda's had a moment. And he's missing an end plate. Gambit, meanwhile, up front, trying to find a way past Ben for the race lead. Yellow flags in Sector 2, and it's El Nara. He's dropped all the way to the back. And Gambit's now in the race lead. And El Nara back in the pits. And it is a front wing change. And Coda gets a second penalty for corner cutting. Second penalty. Benjo, meanwhile, getting himself back into the race lead. And now comes the first round of pit stops. Oh, and Untied Stone, and Coda's gone. He's out of the race. Oh no, he's actually crashed. He's actually crashed. It's the hairpin. Actually, no, scratch that. He's actually scratched that. Coda's retired on track. That's that can't be allowed in the rule books. You're not allowed to retire on track. If you want to retire, do it in the pits. I really appreciate that, Wilvers. Thanks very much for that. Gambit and Ben still battling for the race lead. And Gambit's got a penalty for track limits as well now. Ben still clean as a whistle as it stands, and he gets back into the race lead. Apex in a prime position for net P2 on penalty countback. Four-way dance now for the race lead. Before still scrapping over the race lead at the moment. And Flappy Dragon, the next driver to pick up a penalty for track limits. You've got pretty much half the field now dealing with track limit penalties. And Motnutha now coming into the pits. And Flappy Dragon has he's retired. And it looks like that's a retirement in the pits. I'm not sure why. And Hayes and Ernala, penalties for track limits. Don in P7, P8 trying to chase down. And oh, Bolt's now got a penalty for track limits as well now. Don with Kiwi behind them trying to battle for 7th place. Ben and Gambit battling for the race lead. Churchy getting himself ahead of Apex into P4. Bolt and Koyi battling for P11. Untied Stone getting ahead of Koyi. A few drivers yet to make their stops. And as I say that, Ben and Midfield Maestro now come into the pits. 16 laps on those mediums, and Koyi has got himself a penalty for track limits, and he's gone! He has gone, he has spun it and put it into the wall on the exit of the final chicane, and he is out of the race. And it's full course yellow. And it is a full safety car. those who have just pitted may have just pulled an absolute blinder in terms of strategy. Drivers now coming into the pits. Gary comes in. Don is in as well. And it looks like Kiwi is coming in as well. And that's a... Oh my word, what just happened there? I just saw something come up that there was a severe penalty and... Oh! Yeah, that's a rage quit. That is a rage quit. That is a rage quit without question. You can't be doing that. You cannot be doing that. That is... Just because you pick up a penalty like that doesn't mean you rage quit immediately, because that's just going to land you in more trouble than it's worth. And Ernala, another penalty for track limits. What on earth is going on? What on earth is going on? Here we go, we're back underway now. And Untied Stone and Lennon, penalties for track limits. It's just Apex, Ben, Gary, Don, and Jack that are penalty free at the moment. Commentator's curse notwithstanding, of course. Apex right now, as it stands, in a prime position to get the race win. Maestro and Hayes battling over 7th and 8th place right now as we start lap 21 of 35. Lennon in the pits again. Ben setting the fastest lap of the race. Has got himself right back into the hunt for potential race win here. And it looks like, oh my, it looks like that Ben now has a penalty for track limits as well now, so that's pretty much wiped him out of any chance of winning the race. He does have the fastest lap. Apex stays within 3 seconds of those ahead of him. He'll shoot up from P5 all the way up to getting the race win. Yeah, between first and second, 1.5 seconds. Apex still keeping within that 3-second window, but it is, that gap is starting to grow, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to leapfrog to that race win on penalty countback at the moment as we approach the start of the final third of this race. Churchy now 1.7 seconds ahead. Apex gets into fourth now. He's not going to be giving this up without a fight. Apex now into third. He is now in a prime position. It is starting to get a bit overcast right now. Are we expecting rain? Are we expecting rain? Jack Whittle there picks up a penalty for track limits. Apex. Oh, hang on. Did I see what I think I saw? This is going to be a thrilling climax now. It's just Don and Apex that have no penalties at the moment. And Apex does unfortunately have 2 warnings. So if he picks up a third here, he's gonna have to win this on track. And Churchy, oh! And Apex may have just got a lifeline. Maestro's got a penalty as well. A second penalty for Churchy has just given Apex a lifeline. And Ben battling with Apex. The next race to look forward to is next week, and what a track we're heading to next week. We're heading to Belgium We're heading to Spa-Francorchamps. We just had the Belgian Grand Prix just this past weekend, in fact. And Apex is now down to 4th. But he is keeping within that 3-second window. 6-second window, in fact. Is it going to be enough? And Hayes picking up another penalty for track limits. Lap 35 laps to go after this. And Hayes, oh, Hayes is gone. Oh no, that's another pit lane retirement. Hopefully it's nothing serious. And Apex, what is going on with Apex? Apex has dropped so far down the field. What's happened to him? Onto lap 32 now. And Apex's chances of winning the race have all but gone up in smoke. And Ben is back in a prime position. But he needs to start growing that gap, because it will be Gambit as it stands that will take the race win on penalty count back. And looks like, wait a minute. Wait a minute! Drops of rain right at the end. Now that's just made things very interesting. Doesn't look like anybody is going to be coming in. Gary gets a penalty for track limits. It's not gonna, the rain is not gonna be heavy enough as we approach the end of the race now. Less than a lap and a half to go. More drivers changing on to intermediates. And Gambit picks up a penalty as well. Churchy, meanwhile, Churchy's actually starting to carve his way through the field. Could he be on the verge of an upset here? Coming around the last corner now. Here comes Benja Warrior. Coming across the line now. Takes the checkered flag. Churchy may have pulled an absolute masterstroke here. Gets himself ahead of Gary right on the line. What's the gap going to be? It stays as is. Bolts out of nowhere! Churchy gets to third. What a drive! But Ben, holding his nerve, wins from pole. We've just got another follower here. Right. Thanks very much for the follow, and I don't get the results. Frustrating. Far from ideal. Not much we can do about it. Nevertheless. So there we go. That's us for this evening. Next week we are going to be in Belgium. Not sure if it'll be me doing the commentary or not, but we'll see what happens. But until then, thanks very much for watching, everybody. Thanks to all my new followers. Hopefully I'll be back in the near future to do another hopefully I'll be back in the future to do another race. We'll see what happens. But until then, no, oh, Scotty, right at the end. Thanks for the follow. Let's see if we can raid a channel. Let's see if we can find someone to raid. And they've just finished as well. Right. Alright, so we are going to thanks Scott there, cheers man, great race, and love the commentary, well done Benjo. Yep. So we're gonna raid Patty Pat. So he's doing some lobbies. So we'll raid him, and I'll see you guys next time. But until then, make each moment count.